thank you very much for joining the session. We are 27. I was expecting 15. We are 27 now based on the registration, but very good. I am very happy to give this session. My name is Ahmed Saleh, and I will introduce myself just now. But few logistics before we start. This session is recorded, so please make sure that you say the right things. Everything you will say can be taken against you. And I would like first to thank استشارات القلعاوي. Actually, the story of this session started from a Facebook, from a messenger group that was initiated by Ahmed Shitewi. Hello, Ahmed. Say hi if you're there.
Hi.
So Ahmed from استشارات القلعاوي, he formed a group for personal finance. If you like to join this group, just type in the chat box to Ahmed to add you to this group. And Ahmed actually asked me to give this session. And normally I take some money for this, but because Ahmed asked me for this, I'm not gonna charge you for anything today. So this session is for free. But I'm going to give some sales for you, to give you some more, to use the chance to give some more like sales pitch on my courses that I give. So thank you very much for joining. If you have any question, please type it in the chat box and I will use the Slido. You will get now to know what is a Slido, and you can type also your questions there. I will pause from time to time to take the questions and bring something to write on. I promise you, your mind is gonna be working today a lot, and you'll find a lot of ideas flying into your mind. So if you don't capture these ideas, guess what? It will be lost. So we always say, ink it to fix it. If you don't ink it, it will fly away. So bring something to write on, and I will post this seminar on my YouTube channel, like probably in a couple of days after doing some editing. So you can always refer back to it later on. Okay, so without any ado, let's continue. All right, so this is me. I have been coaching personal finance for last probably 15 years, probably, since I was in South Africa. And we have someone here from South Africa, Thibaut, who is there. She will remember the story very well. So what happened that time, I was with Amr Darwish, Thibaut Kunoed. I was with one of my friends in South Africa, and I was investing and like doing some work in personal finance. And my manager asked me to give some tips and tricks in one of the offsites and one of the like career days. Guess what? Next day, people were asking me to give it another time. And then the next day, another people came from different department, different faction, and asked me to give it again. So I started to give some courses, and I started to like formalize my materials. And then it all started from there. It all started from South Africa. I started to give 1 hour, and then 2 hours, and then 3 hours, 4 hours. And I started to give in personal finance, and then real estate, and then stocks. And then I was happy because I was helping people. People were getting some tips and tricks on how to manage their personal finance. And then I was starting to like build my material day after day, year after year. And I started doing my coaching business and my seminars like for money after that. So the story of me that I wasn't that good in my personal finance. Actually, I was struggling in personal finance. And I got married, I had a lot of debts. I got my kitchen equipment on debts. I got my furniture on debt. I got everything, my TV on debt. So everything was in debt. I was in debt like to the maximum. The story of everyone. And then I was saying something is not right. There is something is not squaring. How come I am working in one of the best companies in Egypt, and I'm not getting, and I'm not able to save, I'm not able to progress in my financial career. And why my account is always zero? And this thing bothered me, because all my friends, again, that they are working in not having a good salary like what I was taking. And they were struggling as well. Everyone was struggling, but I was taking more than them and I was struggling. And I thought if I move to Dubai, I will be making more money. I will be having extra money. I thought the problem is in the salary. So I asked the company to move to Dubai, and then the company made an office in Dubai in 2002. But still, guess what? The problem was not solved. And I was still struggling financially. So at that time, I read a book that changed my life. The book name is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay. So if you didn't read that book, please, the first thing you do after this seminar is that you buy this book and you read it. But the way you read it should be different. You should not read it as if it is a story, because it's a very nice story. But if you read it as a story, you will get nothing out of it. The way I did that, I read this book about 10 times. I summarized the book. I took action from this book. I studied this book. The way you study your physics, your chemistry, your math, your art in the university. You remember how you studied this in university? I did the same. And I found my story in this book. So if you recall, the story of Rich Dad Poor Dad was about Robert Kiyosaki, who has his biological dad, which he called him the poor dad. His poor dad was telling him what? He was telling him, study hard, get a good GPA, and go to a good university, work hard, and continue working, and then you will be fine. And you're calling this poor dad? That's exactly my story. This is exactly what my father used to tell me. He used to tell me, study hard, work hard, and you will be fine. But guess what? I wasn't fine. I was struggling financially. And then when he called this dad the poor dad, I understood automatically that this is my story. So who's the rich dad in this book? The rich dad is one of his friend's father. So his friend's father had a business and he was very rich. So he and his friend went to his friend's father and told him, we want you to teach us how to be rich, how to make money. And then he started giving tips on how to make money and how to be rich. And I started doing the same. There are 6 principles in this book that I memorized by heart, and then I started doing them, and then my life changed after that. So I work in different countries in Middle East and Africa. Today I'm resident in Geneva in Switzerland. I had an early passion for personal finance, as I told you, and then I reached my financial freedom at mid-40. Did it mean that I quit my job at mid-40? No, I continued, but I reached financial freedom. If I wanted to quit my job, I am able to do that as of mid-40s. Okay, that's the definition of financial freedom, and we are going to talk about it more in the seminar. And since that time, I'm coaching, mentoring personal finance, because my personal mission is to unleash the personal finance potential for everyone. A disclaimer, the content of this seminar is for information purpose only, an educational purpose, and should not be intended to be as a financial advice. Okay, any investment you make is at your own risk. Neither myself nor my company are responsible for any decision that you make regarding your investment. All right, that's very important. By continuing this session, by attending this session, you agree to this disclaimer. Okay, very important. All right, are we good so far? Can I see some hands, some thumb up, some motivation, some hearts, some likes? Okay, okay. All right. Thank you.
Looking
Thank
forward.
you. Excellent, excellent. Let's go ahead. Bring your phone and scan the code that you see on the screen.
My phone.
We are 30 people. You are using your forceful connection? Okay, no problem. We have 3 people. Malaysia. Oh, wow. Nice. Switzerland. Hello. Egypt. Egypt. Okay. Egypt is the big one. So many people are from Egypt. Welcome, Dubai. I am Egyptian. I lived in Dubai. I also live in Switzerland. I didn't go to Malaysia. I want to go to Malaysia one day. So let's connect afterward to see how can we go there and how can we make a seminar there as well. Singapore, welcome. South Africa, Tiboko. Bafana, Bafana. Okay, 16 out of 32. We are half. The rest, where are you? Bring your phone, scan. Okay, I move on. Next question. All right. What nationality you are? Because maybe you are in UAE and you are not Emirati, right? Egyptian, Egyptian, Egyptian. My home country, my nationality as well. Turkish, hello. I had my honeymoon in Turkey. I love it. Swiss, another one Swiss. Nice. All right. Okay, so we are from diverse countries around the world. Okay, very good. Let's move on. How old are you? This is anonymous, by the way. I will not be able to know the answer, so you can type whatever you want if you want to disclose your age. All right, so the majority here are 40 to 50, and then 30 to 40, and we have one or two person above 50. Okay, 40 to 50, 30 to 40. Okay, I guess I know who is above 50. I will not disclose the name, but my friend. Okay. Okay, so the majority are from 40 to 50 and 30 to 40. That's very good. That's very good. We understand now. All right, so now we understand the demographic of the attendance of today. Now let's go and see one more thing. In one word, describe how was your personal finance in 2024. Let's see the group here, what they will say about personal finance in 2024. Was it an amazing year? I see someone saying amazing. It's a moderate year. Are you struggling? Is it tough? Is it good? Is it wow? It's nice. ألف شكر. الحمد لله. Moderate. Okay. Moderate. Very tough. Disaster. Oh my God. Superb. Nice. Loans. Uh, very tough. Fulfilling. Nice. الحمد لله طبعا في كل شيء. الحمد لله. Very tough. Disaster. Superb. Amazing. شكر. Stable. Moderate. Okay. All right. Okay. So we have mixed. The majority is saying moderate here. And we have some people on like, wow, it's amazing. It's fulfilling. And we have some people that are saying it's tough. It's the disaster. So we have from all type of situations here. All right. Okay. Let's go more. Did you meet your saving target in 2024? You can answer either I don't have a target, I don't know what you are talking about, or yes or no. Okay, more than half are saying only 20%, 25% are saying yes, 25% are saying yes, and 75% are either saying I don't have a target or no, I didn't meet the target. Okay. Now it's 30-70. 30-70. Okay. All right. So 30% are saying yes. I met my saving target, and 70% are saying either I don't have a target or I didn't meet the target. Okay. Okay. Now, did you invest in stock market, in gold, in real estate, in Bitcoin, in private business in 2024? You can say, no, I didn't invest in any of them. You can say, oh, I invested in one or two. Maybe it's gold, maybe it's real estate, maybe stock market, or I invested in 2 to 4 out of them, or I invested in all of them. So let's see. So the majority of people are investing in two. We have approximately one who says, I invested in all of the five. Very good, very good. And then we have like two who's saying, no, I didn't invest in any of them. 35% is 1 to 2, and 41% is 2 to 4. Okay. All right. Okay. Good, good. All right. So we have the majority is in the range of the 2 to 4 or 1 to 2. That's where the majority is. Okay. Important question. Do you know how you will support yourself and your family when you retire? You can say, yes, I have a plan, but it's not working. Or yes, I have a plan and it's working. Or you say, no, I'm too young. It's not bothering me now. It's not a priority. Or no, I thought about it, but I don't know how to do that. Or no, the question didn't come even to my mind. I didn't even thought about this question. Okay, so 40% are saying no, I thought about it, but I don't know how to do it. And we have 29% saying, okay, I have a plan, it's working fine. So 30%, I guess they are the 30% who said yes for the saving question. And I have a plan, but it's not working, 24%. So only, again, 30% are having a plan, it's working, and 70% are either not having a plan, the majority, or having a plan and it's not working. Okay. Good, good. So thank you very much, guys. Now we understand who's there. We understand as well the like what is the problem that we are having right now. And you can see that the majority of people are not meeting their saving target. They don't have a saving target, or the majority of people, they don't know how to retire. So listen carefully. If you think personal finance is not important, think twice. Why we are talking about personal finance today? I want you to answer this question. When I retire, I will have a monthly income of so much dollar, even if you are Egyptian, even if you are in Dubai, okay? Write it in dollar. When I retire, I will have a monthly income of so much. That will come from 1, 2, 3. The question to you, do you know the answer of this question or not? Those who answered like they have 30%, they have a plan and they are working, and the plan is working fine. That's good. But is it sufficient or not? Is it sufficient or not? So the ones who are not having, the 70% who do not have a plan or they don't know how to do it, they have this problem. They don't know when they retire how much they need in their retirement and where is that going to come from. And even the one who has a plan and the plan is working fine, did you calculate that how much you will get and if this will be enough or not? Because I'm living in Europe. I moved to Switzerland like 10 years ago, and I was surprised. I thought the problem is in Middle East Africa, where there is no pension, when there is no medical insurance during the retirement. I thought the problem is there. But guess what? When I moved to Europe and I toured around Europe and I was giving this seminar around, I discovered that even the European, which have the pension plan, which can take up to like 60 or 70% of their salary during pension, they think that this is not enough. Okay. So the objective of the personal finance is twofold. The first fold is that you live nicely now. That's okay. And this is, most of the people are doing good in this part. But the second important thing is that you answer this question. When you retire, you will have so much, and it will come from 1, 2, 3. If you don't know the answer, then you have a problem. You need to strive to know the answer. And the important of the personal finance, and the reason why I love personal finance, because I help people to answer this question. Okay, this is the end objective that everyone should have in mind, especially if you are living in Middle East Africa. Dubai, South Africa, India, Egypt, Morocco. We don't have a proper pension plan. You have to create your own pension plan while you are able to do that. Okay? So let's move forward. My objective is for you is to unleash your personal finance potential. I believe that everyone has a personal finance potential. It is like working in a multinational company or any company. Okay? You take trainings, right? You take trainings so that you can progress in your career. The same thing happened in the personal finance. You need to take training so that you can unleash your personal finance potential and reach your maximum potential when it comes to managing your money. And I have good news for you. This is something that you can learn. It is teachable. And there are a process for this. There is a system. It is like learning how to drive. You need to do some steps and then you will drive. You need to do some steps and then you are able to swim. You need to train yourself and then you are able to do what you want to do. Okay. It is the same thing here for personal finance. If you know and if you learn how to manage your personal finance in the right way, you will be able to reach your targets. Okay. And you will be able to unleash your personal finance potential. So listen carefully to this seminar so that we can try to answer some of this question. So the ultimate goal that I want you to think of is to be financially free. The concept of financial freedom is very important concept. There are several definitions in the books about about the financial freedom. The way I love to define financial freedom is the following. It is the ability to live the lifestyle that you want without the need to work again. Again, I'll say it again. The ability to live the lifestyle that you want without the need to work again. There are two important things here. The lifestyle. You have to define your lifestyle. What do you want to do when you retire? How do you want to live your life when you are retiring? This is what we call the lifestyle. Is it the same as today? And if you are not happy about what you are doing today, then is it better than today? Is it more expensive than today? Or today, maybe you say, I don't need all this now. I will tune down a little bit. So I don't need all what I have. I will tune down a little bit. I live in for example, a very big house that with my children will be gone. So I don't need this big house. I will reduce the size of the house, and I will reduce my expenses because my children will not be living with me. So everyone need to define the lifestyle that they will have during the retirement. And this comes with a location. So if you live in Egypt, the expenses there is different than if you live in Dubai. And if you live in Dubai, the expenses there is different than if you live in Switzerland, for example. Every country has its own expense and has its own lifestyle. Okay. So that's the first important thing. The second point here is that without the need to work again. And I put some line under the need. The need, it doesn't mean that you stop working. All right. I told you I reached my financial freedom at 45, but you don't have to stop working. But you are ready when you want to be financially free to press a button and then you can turn all your assets into an income generating asset that will help you to work, that will give you the passive income that you need to live your financial freedom dream. Okay, so it's a choice. The financial freedom is a choice that you will make at a certain point of time. Okay, the idea of that we stay on the beach and do nothing is a myth. The idea itself that you do nothing in life is not good. You need to find out what you will do during your retirement. Okay, that's a different story. But the important thing here is that you are ready to do, you are ready to stop working when you need to. When you need to, why? Because you will get a passive income. Your income at that stage will come through the passive income. What do you mean by passive income? It's an income that you put a little bit of effort to set it up, but after that, it will bring you passive, it will bring you income without the need to put a lot of effort. Like what? Like, for example, you buy a real estate. If you buy a real estate, you put something to some effort to set it up, and then you rent it out. There is some effort to managing the rent, but it is not like working in 8 hours every day to maintain this thing for forever. Just few hours here and there, maybe once a month or even less than that. Okay, and this is what we call the passive income. Okay, so we want to build enough assets during our career so that we can bring this passive income in our retirement. So maximum that we need to reach the financial freedom is at retirement age. Now, one of you will come and tell me, but I don't want to be financially free at retirement. At that time, I'll be 60, 65. I want to be financially free earlier. I want to enjoy life earlier. I don't want to have a work that I work 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours every day until I reach 65. I'll tell you, yes, it's possible. But then you have to do a lot of things more than a normal person so that you can reach your financial freedom earlier. Okay? So it is possible. I did that. It is possible, but you need to do a lot of things so that you can retire earlier. Okay? So the takeaway from this is the following. First, everyone should have the financial freedom as the ultimate target that they should reach. Okay, that's the first thing. Second, it is you can calculate it. You can know how much you need via identifying your lifestyle at the retirement age. Okay, and then once you complete and you start to build your asset, then you have the passive income coming at that point of time in retirement that will help you to avoid working again in the future. Third point, you can accelerate this if you want so that you can reach your financial freedom not at the retirement, but earlier than this. It depends on what you want to do. Okay? All right. I move forward. I designed through my career 12 golden rules to unleash your personal finance potential. And I will start now to give you a hint on these 12 golden rules. If you want to reach your financial freedom, you have to follow these rules. You have to follow these golden rules. So the first one is to have the right beliefs. Having the right beliefs is the first one, and this is where to start with. You remember Muhammad Salah said in one of the interviews, it's all about mentality. It's about the mindset. Muhammad Salah was not the best player at his time. There were several players that are more talented than him. But what is the difference that Mo Salah did? I guess all of you know Mo Salah. If you don't know, then search it. So Mo Salah, he said, "I have resistant. I had the right mindset. My mindset was set up that I can do it. There is no problem without solving it. So it's all about your beliefs because your beliefs makes you. Okay." So having the right mindset toward money is very important. Why I do say this? Because we have a lot of people that says money is not important. I don't care about money. Money does not bring happiness. All rich people are thieves. You see, guys, these are all these things. If you keep saying to yourself, all rich people are thieves. This one who's driving this luxurious car or living in this luxurious villa is a thief. If you keep telling this, you are telling yourself this. Your mind will be programmed like this. And guess what will happen? Your inner mind will reject the idea of being rich. Why? Because it is something bad. Your inner mind will keep you away from it. So that it's very important to have the right beliefs toward the money. Money is something good. Money is important. I need money to be able to secure my retirement. These are the things that you need to have in your mind. And the way I look at it is that money is a lubricant that can help you navigate through life easily. Okay? So the first of all of the 12 golden rules is to have the right mindset toward the money. Okay? So the first thing that we talked about is to have the right beliefs. The second tip is to be intentional. What does it mean to be intentional? You have to have it as one of your priorities. You cannot just take it on the side. It is not gonna work like that. You have to be intentional about it. You have to make it one of your top 5 priorities. So, for example, if your top 5 priorities is to go to work, is your family, is your friends, is to watch football, is to learn French, for example, this has to be one of your top priorities. You have to dedicate time for it. Guess what? It will not happen automatically. It will not happen spontaneously. You have to plan for it. You have to make an action plan for it. Okay, so you have to be intentional about it. Okay, so that's the second one. The third one is you have to have the right budget. So after you have the right beliefs, after you say to yourself that it is important to you, you have to have the right budget. Okay, how to do budget for yourself, what percentage you should save, what percentage you should invest. This is very important to have. Okay. The fourth thing is a concept called pay yourself first. And this is about how to save. This is about how to save. So basically, and this concept is mentioned in the Rich Dad Poor Dad, the concept is as follows. He says, who will complain more? Is it your like electricity company, or is it your the rent that you are paying, the landlord that you are paying rent for? Is it the loan, the bank who is like you have a loan from, or is it the bank who are you taking a credit card from? So that he says by default, these people will complain more if you don't pay them. Okay, and the normal thing to do is that you pay all your bills, and then you will come at the end of the month and you will find nothing to save, and you will save nothing. Okay, so what Rich Dad is telling us to do is to pay ourselves first. Because he say yourself, you will not complain to yourself about that you didn't make the saving target. You will just take it like that. And that's exactly what I was doing wrong. So by paying yourself first, it means that you save first, you remove the saving first, and then you pay the rest of the bills. So he doesn't advocate for not paying the bills, but he says the following, and I love this concept. If you pay yourself first, you will find a way to pay the rest, because you will have to come up with a way to pay the rest. So pay yourself first and then pay the rest of the thing. One trick I do here, for example, is that I when I take my salary on the 25th, the same day, I move 30% and I put it aside. Directly, I take 30% and I move it aside. So my salary is actually 70% of what I take. And that's what we mean by pay yourself first. Okay. The next step is to invest. When you save, I always tell the people, saving is not good by itself. It's the first step, but it is not should not be the end step. Saving is only the way to invest. If you only save, you are playing defensive. You cannot win a champion by playing defensive. No champion can be won without scoring goals. And to score goals, you have to play offensive. Okay, so playing only defensive is not good. Saving only is not good. Investing is the word. You have to invest. You have to invest. Okay, invest in what? There are three things that you can invest in. Don't do anything else. Only these three things. Invest either in real estate or stocks or private business. When they have done a survey in all the millionaires in US, they have found out that their fortune was made in one of these three things: real estate, stocks, or private business. So don't try to do something else. Okay. So number 5, make sure that you invest, make sure that you are in one or two or even the three things that I mentioned right now. All right. Number 6, always target to be financially free. Put the financial freedom as your target. Calculate how much you need to retire and measure and assess yourself every year to make sure that you are going toward that target. Okay, very important that you have this planned and reviewed every year. Number 7, build asset. What do you mean by build asset? It means that you acquire assets year after year. Year after year. What type of assets that you can acquire? Real estate, stocks, private business. All these are considered as assets. Build assets year after year. Number 8, be a long-term investor. What do you mean by that? 80% of people who are trading stocks are losing money. And 80% of people who are investing in the stock are making money. So which one you want to be in? Of course, you want to be an investor for the long term. So that's the base plan for everyone, to be an investor for the long term. Now, if you go to trading without learning, you will lose your money. You will be one of the 80% that they will lose money. Okay, I'm just giving stocks as an option. The same for real estate, the same for private business. So if you want to go for trading and just try and sell, buy and sell, you will lose your money. But if you learn how to do it, you can beat even the investors. You can be better than the investing and the long term. Okay, so we're saying for most of the people, being an investor for the long term is good. Okay, same for real estate, same for everything else. Number 9, use crisis to build fortune. Today we have a crisis in the stock market. We have crisis in like a lot of like in a lot of assets because of what Trump is doing to all the world of the tariff. So we have like the market is going down, and we have a sale in the stock market. So you can use this as the right opportunity to invest in the stock market. Okay, normally you go shopping when you have the prices discounted, like when you have to buy 2 get 1 free, when you have 20% discount, 30% discount. This is when you go and you start investing in the stock market. Same for real estate. You go and invest in the best ones who invested in Dubai were the one who invested in the crisis in 2020 of COVID, and the one before that in the crisis in 2009. These are the best ones who won. Okay, the best one who won in Egypt are the one who bought real estate directly on the crisis in 2016 when we had the devaluation. The one who was winning over there, the one who went and bought real estate. The stock market in Egypt was the best market in 2017, directly after the crisis. The same thing happened in the devaluation that we had now, the real estate boomed even in dollar, and they boomed, and the stock market even it went higher because of the devaluation. So the best time to invest is the time when we have crisis. Crisis makes fortune. We have always to remember this. Crisis makes fortune. Okay. Number 10, avoid the scams. You always hear about people who are going to take your money to invest it on your behalf, and let's do this and let's do this. Throughout my career, guys, 90% of these things, they are either a scam or they fail because it's not studied properly. So you cannot lose the money that you have worked hard for it. You simply cannot. You cannot work 10 hours, 12 hours every day and just lose it like this. I find it I am very much surprised like how people can give their money to someone who they don't know to invest it in their behalfs. Okay. So please take care of your money. Avoid the scam. Give it, if you are going to give it to a reputable bank and a reputable investment fund, but don't give it to someone to just to work with it with like and you don't know it, and just protect yourself. Okay. Number 11, give back. This is very important. Giving back to the community, to the society, charity. This is very important because this will always ground you to what is there, and always remind you of what is there, and it will purify your soul, and then you will become better investor via giving back to the community and to the people around you. Number 12, the biggest investment that you can make is to invest in yourself. So you always remember that the more you learn, the more you will earn. The more you learn, the more you earn. Always put that in your mind. So these are the 12 golden rules to unleash your personal finance potential. I give you just a slim of that, just a brief idea on this. And this is the rules that I found working for me, and which are working for most of the people that I teach. And this is what I teach as well in my personal finance course. Okay, so again, the best investment that you can make is to invest in yourself, to teach how to unleash your personal finance potential. So the next step out of that is first check where you are. Take an inventory of where you are. Where are you today? Are you progressing well? Are you able to meet your saving target? Are you investing? Are you progressing with your plan? And if not, just take decision. You should do this exercise once a year and even once every quarter. All right. Now I give this course for the Personal Finance 101 course. It's a one full day course. And we talk about everything that I touched about today into this course. And I always get this question, like, is it really one full day? Do we have material to cover one full day? I'll tell you, we will hardly finish in one full day. We will hardly finish in one full day when we talk about personal. There is a lot of things to learn. And I just give you like today, like part of that. But there are several things to learn. In this course, you will learn first the 12 golden rules, but in details, how to save, how to invest, and you will discover your personal finance personality type, whether you are a spender, whether you are a saver, whether you are an investor. So you will find that in details. You will make an assessment. You will know your score. You will know where you are versus your peers, and you will know what is the ideal score that you should reach. It's all numeric. The good thing about personal finance, guys, that it is numeric. It's black and white. You either there, you are not there, 1 or 0. Okay. So this is very easy to measure and very easy to understand where you are and where do you want to go. So you will also have the chance to calculate the amount that you need for retirement. Some people are they don't know how to do that, like what we have seen today. So there is a methodology that you can calculate how much you need, and then you can know through mathematical model if you are going to reach your retirement or not. You can know it from today whether you are going to be retiring at the right level that you want or not. It's like black and white. You know it or you directly, and you will know if you are going to reach it or not. So what do you do in case you will not reach it? What are the action plan that you need to do? I also teach that. And then I give an introduction about the strategies, the different strategies to invest in real estate and the stocks investment. Okay. And I don't give about real trading in this because it's not suitable for everyone. I only give some introduction about real estate and the stocks investment. So this is what you get to learn on the one full day course. I didn't yet set a date for this. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel or my LinkedIn, and I will announce there when I will give that course. The course normally is for about $400 for the Europe and Dubai, and for Egypt I make a 50% discount for one full day course. Beside the personal finance 101 course, I give a course in stock
Ahmed,
investment 101. Yeah,
may I add just before you move further?
yeah.
Guys, I've taken this course with Ahmed maybe 7 or 8 years ago, and I think this is one experience that changed my life. So I think Ahmed said it perfectly. One day we barely made it really, and I'm still living on this content till now, 7 or 8 years later, and I'm working by it day in, day out, trying to achieve financial freedom as early as we can. So, Ahmed, thank you very much for providing this experience to me early on in my early career. Well, I think I totally recommend it for everyone who's interested to achieve financial freedom as well.
Thank you, Sarafi. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. The feedback that I'm getting normally from people that it's a life changer. They used to be something before the course, and after the course, their life has changed. So this is the feedback that it can be a life-changing course for you. Beside that
Yep,
course,
that's true.
thank you. Uh, Beside that course, I give the stock investment 101, where we go in details on how to invest in the stocks. I give also the stocks trading 101, and I give real estate investment 101. The real estate investment is a general one, but depending on the audience, we can give example from Egypt or from Dubai or from Europe. The three options are available. And all the courses are online, so you can connect whenever, like you can connect online. You don't need to be physically there. As I mentioned, the courses I announce on the courses on my YouTube channel and on the LinkedIn. You can follow me on my YouTube or LinkedIn to know about these courses. You can always also email me at the info@thepersonalfinanceacademy.com. I will be very happy to answer your question. Thank you. And let's take some question. Ola, what about gold? Yeah.
Ahmed, please, before
Thank you,
getting the question,
Ammar. Thank you, Ammar. Thank you very much for Ammar Shitewi.
I just want to thank you for this session. It was my initiative on the group, and you took it and you made the best out of it. Thank you very much.
Habibi.
I've put the link to the messenger group where we share personal finance materials. So anybody interested, please feel free to join us. Ahmed sends us good tips on the group, and we expect the announcement to be made on our group as well. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you very, very much. And thank you for the invite as well. Thank you very much. Okay, I will take questions now from the chat. And we start by Ola. What about gold? Gold is working very well. Gold has achieved 34% in 2024 and also has achieved so far year to date about 30% in just 4 months. Why? Because of all the issues and turbulence that we have there. So gold definitely you need to be one of your asset class. Definitely, if you are living in Egypt, it need to be there, but it should not be like all of your assets is in gold. Okay, it's an asset class. Like I put it as part of the stock. So when I talked about stocks, real estate, and private business, I put it as part of the stock. Some people say it's a fourth asset class, so we can put as gold. So gold is very important. It has to be one of your asset classes. Just we need to watch out because in some cases, if things are fine and so on, it can stay with the same price for a very long time. Of course, not in Egypt. In Egypt, please don't calculate the gold prices in Egyptian pound because of the inflation and devaluation. You need to always calculate the gold in dollar value. And in dollar value, sometimes gold can stay as stagnant for like 20 years. Today, it is not the case for the last couple of years, but it can stay stagnant for 20 years. That's why I'm saying it's important to be there. It will protect you against any inflation or devaluation. And it's important not to have it as as 100% of your investment. Okay, Ala? Nora, how to discover if an investment opportunity is a scam? First of all, do you know the person or not? Like if you don't know the person, don't invest. Okay. Second, don't go to someone that is just coming as a reference from someone else. Okay. You have to go always to a reputable bank or a reputable investment fund. That's someone that is really certified, and this is like a company. Don't give your money. You know, we all have in Egypt this called mistrayah. Just avoid this. Avoid this, guys. Yeah. Okay. If it is third thing, if it is too good to be true, then most probably it is. It is too good to be true. It is not true. Okay. So the average of the return, just for everyone to take the calculation, the average of return on any investment is about 10% year in, year out. So if you find someone that's coming to tell you that I can give you 50 and 60 and 100%, you feel directly there is something wrong. There is nothing that can give you 50 and 60 and 70% that on continuous basis for a long time, except stocks trading. Except stocks trading. If you know how to trade stocks, this can get you, but you have to do it individually. To get this kind of return, you have to do it individually. You cannot give your money to someone else to work on your behalf. Okay, so follow these advices and you will be safe. Can go to Sharif Nabil.
Hi, Ahmed. I just want to have a glimpse of the content of the stocks investing and the stocks trading. Which topics are you going to cover? For example, are you going to, in the stocks investing, do some valuations using DCFs and these kinds of things? The same question applies to the stocks trading. What are the topics that you are covering? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so we have first to differentiate between the two types of going to the stock market. So we have the first type, which is an investment for the long term, and the second type is trading, which is a trading for like short term. Okay, so these are the two types how you can go to the stock market. They are two distinct groups, and this is why I separate the trading into two. You can be an investor, you can be a trader, and you can be a combination of both. I did all of them. I did an investing, I did the trading, and I did like a combination of both at one point of time. I was an investor, I wasn't trading with two separate accounts, so you can do both. So in the investment, what do I teach? I teach a method called the dollar cost average. The dollar cost average method is basically about like how can you buy stocks on intervals, and then you can like how to make this and how to can build on this so that you can make money. But I don't. It's this dollar cost average is recommended on what we call an ETF, an index ETF. What's an index ETF? It's like the SPY that's follow the S&P 500, or the like the triple Q that follows Nasdaq. I don't recommend to do the dollar cost average on individual stocks, because the stocks can go down to zero, like what happened, for example, to Polaroid, or very low value like Xerox. So there are some constraints on doing the dollar cost average on the stocks. That's why I teach the dollar cost average method on on the index ETFs, and I will tell you what is index ETFs, what you should buy, and how can you do that for the long term. The objective is that you get an average of 10% return on asset, which is what the S&P 500 is giving you. And I help you to tell you who are the broker, and how you can open an account, and which ETFs to buy, and how can you do that. So everything related to the investment from A to Z in the stocks, I help you to do that, so that you can get an access to the stocks. Mainly it's a US stock market, but if you want to apply it in Dubai, you want to apply it in Saudi, you want to apply in Egypt, you can do that. But mainly I teach it for the US stock market. So this is the first part about investing. Okay, which is like, it's like 4 hours training that you can take to start getting into stock market as an investor. Okay, but I don't teach in this course like how to evaluate stocks. Nobody's doing that right now, Ammar, because there are a lot of firm companies that are doing evaluation. You just read one, or you read the analyst recommendation, and you know if this stock is good or bad fundamentally and technically. There are lots of firms doing this, and there are available resources all over the world. Nobody's going now and see, okay, the PE is like this, the cash flow is like this, the income statement is like, the profit earning is like this. Nobody's doing this because it is available now. We used to do this like 15, 20 years ago, when we don't have the all this analyst recommendation and all this. We used to have that before, but now everything is available online. ChatGPT even made it easier. You can just type what is the analyst recommendation and what is the system, and they will give you everything. So nobody is doing this stock evaluation. But again, in the stocks investment, I only teach the investing for an index fund. That's the recommended way. If you want to apply it in stocks, you can apply it for stocks as well, but you have to do your own. Now for the trading, we have different types of traders. We have the swing trader, we have the position trader, we have the daily trader. So I teach the method that is working for me. It is based on this book. It's called The New Trading for Living, if you want to read the book, and based on another book called The Trade Your Way to Financial Freedom, this one. And there is also the book which is called Market Wizard. So this is giving like the story of the best traders around the world, plus what is called the turtle story. So I designed a system out of all this, and this system I am using it, so that this is what I teach in the trading course. And it's basically about, you buy the stocks now, you can keep it for a week. If you are a daily trader or a weekly trader, you can, or a swing trader, if you can keep it for a few months if you are a position trader, and then you can sell it again. So this is what I teach in the stocks trading course 101. Clear, Ammar?
Thank you, Ahmed. لا شريف.
Right.
Thank you, Ahmed.
Thank you. Okay, Sharif. I see Ahmed has his hand. Ahmed.
Ahmed, I often get this question when people are in debt. And the question is, should we pay our debt first, or should we pay part of our debt while making savings and investments in parallel?
Okay. Very good question. First of all, Ahmed, thank you very much for the question. First of all, we have to differentiate between what is called a bad debt and a good debt. Okay, a bad debt is that you took a debt from your credit card to pay for your TV, for example, or to pay for a trip to Hurghada or to Europe, and you couldn't pay it from your salary, so you are taking a debt from your credit card, or you're taking a personal loan. So this is what we call a bad debt. And there is something called a good debt. A good debt is something that you took, for example, you took a mortgage to pay for your house, that you are apartment that you are going to live in, or you took an installment on apartment. That's a debt, but it's a good debt because you are investing in asset. The difference between both, that one you are investing in, you are paying into disposable income, and one you are investing in an asset. So this is a good debt. Now, the question that you are asking, is it like a wise idea to pay half of my money to pay the debt and then go and then pay half to invest? I would say no. You have to finish the debts. You have to finish the debt. Why we have to finish the debt first? Because the interest rate on the debt is crazy. Think about it this way. If you are taking a debt from the credit card, you are paying almost like 3-4% every month on the outstanding balance. So per month. So on accumulation basis, this can turn out to be 40-50%. You will never make 40-50% in your investment. If you are taking, for example, a personal loan, you will pay a crazy amount for the debt. So the first thing to do, cut your money that you are paying for the banks. You are paying the salary for the banks. You are paying the salary for the representative of the banks. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do this. So first of all, cut the loans and then start investing after that. Clear, Ahmed?
Great. Thank you.
أميرة أبو السعود.
Yes. Hi, Ahmed.
أهلا أميرة.
أنا قاعدة من الأول.
أهلا أميرة. Sorry. Amira, go
Okay.
ahead.
So I had a question. How do you balance between your investment portfolio and trading portfolio? So for example, do you have different targets? ولا مثلا you put 40% of your stocks money in investment and the other in trading? يعني I think this point is unclear to me.
Okay, so let's talk about first about the asset allocation in general. How do you allocate the assets in general? In general, you should be, as we mentioned, in stocks, in gold, in real estate, and in private business. Now, let's exclude private business because it's not available for everyone. So let's talk about the three things: gold, and I will add Bitcoin, and then real estate, and then stocks. Normally, for the people who are like I would say risk averse people, they will have the bulk in their real estate. So they have at least 50% in real estate and 50% split across the stocks and gold and also the Bitcoin. Okay. Call it 30, 10, 10, or maybe 30 gold and 20 and 10 stocks and 15 stocks and 5 Bitcoin, for example. Okay, so this is normal for risk averse people. For risk, or people who like risk, they will have more toward the stock. So they'll have the opposite. They'll have 50% of their money in the stocks, and then they will have 30% in the real estate and 15% gold and 5% Bitcoin. So this is like the general asset allocation for like the individual. Now, if you are investing in stocks and you want to split between the stocks trading and stocks investing, it depends on everyone what they want to achieve. For example, when I had the time that I wanted to, I know that I have a lot of time remaining in my life. Oh, yeah. Then I was an investor. Why? Because I have the time. So, for example, if you are starting your career, you are, for example, 25, 30 years old, 35 years old, you still have 20, 25. You can be an investor, 100% investor. You don't need even to go to the trading. Okay. But if you are like now approaching the the 40s and the 50s, and you want to be aggressive, investment will not help you. You have to do a little bit of trading so that you can accelerate wealth building, and you can do that into the trading part. Okay. So I used to be 100% investor until recently because I'm accelerating my financial freedom plan. Then I moved to 100% like trading. And in between, I was 70, 30, 50, 50, and then 30, 70, and then 0, 100. Okay, so that's it. Normal. That's what happened to me. But for a normal person who like on the mid career and so on, it depends. If you can have the time to go to trading, then I would suggest like probably 70 investing, 30 trading. If you have the time, I wouldn't put more than this into trading until you get the confidence and until you are sure about what you are doing, and then you can start to move 50-50 and then 30-70 and then 0-100. Okay. Yeah. For the time to trade, Ahmed, it depends on your time allocation. So if you are a daily trader, you need to be fully like invested into you need to be in front of the screen all the time. This is if you are like really a daily trader. For a swing trader, you need you can be there like once or twice, 2 hour every day if you are a swing trader. If you are a position trader, you can be there once, 1 hour or 2 hours every week. So it depends on the time that you have to spend on this, and this will decide on your like how is your your portfolio, your trading type. Are you a daily trader or are you swing or are you position? Okay, if that's your question.
Thank you.
Ammar is saying, what about 30% in Bitcoin? There is no need for this, Ammar. Okay, I think it's a very high risk to have like a lot of asset in Bitcoin because Bitcoin can go up and down. There is no real assets behind the Bitcoin. So if you buy a stock, there is like a manufacturing side, there is a product, there is a company you're selling, but like more than this in Bitcoin, there is no asset behind it. It's only increasing in value because people, there is someone who is ready to pay higher prices than the other one. So I wouldn't recommend this except if you are a trader. If you are a trader and you know what to do, I go sometimes and be 30% in Bitcoin and maybe higher as well because I know what I'm doing. I can go out. But if you are an investor, don't do this. No, not more than 5%. Okay, Ammar. Okay. Is investing in Egypt real estate is a good idea with devaluating currency? Of course. This is the best thing that you can do with a devaluating currency. The best, Karim, يعني you do it with a devaluation because what happens when you buy like people who attended with me the course in 2016, I was telling them after the devaluation that you are in the best time ever in history of Egypt. I mentioned this statement like this. Why? Because I am sure I know I make the money when I buy the real estate. How? Because I know that the cement will go higher, like the sand will go higher, the labor will go higher, the electricity will go higher, the everything will go higher. I know it. I know it because of the devaluation. So when there is a devaluation, the devaluation happens and then prices start to increase, and it doesn't increase once; it starts increase gradually, and directly you know that whatever you are selling, you're buying today, it will increase in value in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, while the bound is taking less, is going to be less. So what are you doing now? You are buying something with half the price because the price is going to be devaluated tomorrow. So you fix the price now, and you know that this price in dollar will be lower. Okay, you know that now. Let's suppose you buy something, for example, 1 million Egyptian pound, just to make it easy. Okay, and then so you fix the 1 million, but what will happen? Your salary will be increasing. The 1 million will stay the same, and your salary will be increasing because of the devaluation. And you fixed. You already, when you buy, you fix the price, and that's the good thing about it. You fix the price for the coming 8 years. So stock market and real estate, they are inflating with the devaluation and with inflation. It's a perfect hedge against devaluation and against inflation. Okay. So Karim, go ahead and invest in the real estate. All right. Is there any other question? Can I be of any help for anyone? All right. If no other questions, so thank you very, very much, guys, for attending this session. I hope it was beneficial for you, and see you later. شكرا جزيلا.
Thank you, Ahmed.
Thank you so much.
Thank
See you
you.
later.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.